Well, welcome to the spotlight. I'm so
Hey,
excited to have
thanks.
you.
Thanks. I've been excited to do this. It's good to
Yeah,
meet you virtually.
yeah, for sure. So, just for the listeners that don't maybe know you as well, can you give us a little bit of a inside look at kind of how you grew up, how you got into music? Because you come
Sure.
from a musical family.
I do. Yeah. I grew up in country music essentially. When I was younger, I wanted to be a rock and roll singer, but I had this country accent and stuff. So it didn't work out for me, but I ended up in country music just like my uncles and my mom and the rest of my family. So my mom, her name's Becky Montgomery, and she has two full blood brothers, John Michael Montgomery and Eddie Montgomery from Montgomery Gentry,
Yep, yeah,
making them my uncles. So, and I grew up watching them on TV and hearing them on the radio. And at some point, I was like, I think I could do that.
yeah, yeah. So, would you say that your sound is kind of a mixture of like rock and roll country, or?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I love the older I got. I mean, when I was a teenager, I was into a lot of rock and stuff. But when the older I got, the more I related to like the old Merle Haggard and
Yeah,
stuff
for
like
sure.
that. So I fell in love with that first, and '90s country. Growing
Yeah,
up in the '90s, so
yeah, I would
but
definitely.
yeah.
Speaking of your mom, she was actually on your song "Son of," right?
Yep. She was
Okay,
singing background vocals, which
that's
my mom
awesome.
has one of the best voice, in my opinion, ever. Female vocals, and
Yeah.
so she sang background vocals on that song.
Okay. Awesome. That I mean, I love that song. And you actually one of your newer songs, Hot Beer, that
Yep.
that music video is great. How was that filming that with Jon Pardi and everything?
Oh, it was so much fun. We did it all in one day, which is kind of
Oh
hard to do.
wow.
Music
Yeah.
videos are normally a couple days, but yeah, if you organize things right, you can get it done in a day. And we had a blast that day. We
Yeah.
filmed it just outside of Nashville, and it was actually the same house that Hardy filmed Rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you
Wow.
go watch that video,
Yeah.
you'll see it's the same exact
Yeah.
house.
That is wow. That's very cool. John was actually a producer on one of your songs or some of them. How was that
Yeah,
working
he
with him in that?
produced most of the Son of a album. He
Okay.
produced, I think, like 8 of them or something
Okay.
like that, 8 or 9 of them. That's a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
out
That's
of
a lot.
14.
Right.
So,
How was that working with him as a producer?
oh, he's great. I know that he hadn't done a ton of producing besides just producing his own albums,
Yeah.
and so it's kind of a learning thing for him and myself as well. But we really hit it off, and John kind of being a peer, being somebody I look up to, that's been very successful as an artist. It was nice to be in the studio with him because he kind of liked to fire under my hind end a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's nice to have that motivation in the studio.
That's awesome. You have Jon Pardi. I heard you were hunting last week with Zach Brown.
So it's a farm that Zach Brown's associated with.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, down in Georgia.
Cool. Fun time.
But yeah, it's and his it was actually a guy that works with Zach Brown that invited me to go down there. So that's the Zach Brown connection there.
Yeah. 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 Who would you want to duet with next?
I'm not just saying this because we just happen to be talking about Zach Brown, but that would definitely be a dream of mine.
I mean, I can see it.
Let's see. I mean, when people ask me that question, I always go, "Do they have to be alive?" Because all my
No.
favorites are not with us anymore. I'm talking about
Okay.
Merle Haggard,
Yeah.
Billy Joe Shaver. I mean, I can go on with Keith Whitley,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
but Jon Pardi's one as well. You'd think that we would have had opportunity to sing a song together, being as he produced my album, but it just didn't line up that way.
Yeah.
I just did a feature with. Not to change the subject, but with Drew Parker and Tyler Booth on a song
Yes.
just came
I was
out.
going to get to that. Your new Rollin Stone song.
Yeah, so I had a little
Oh, good.
segue for you there.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. Tell me about that process. Like, did you always envision doing it with them both, or did that just come along on the way?
Well, I wrote the song with Tyler Booth,
Okay.
and then I'm a huge fan of Drew Parker. I'm a diehard fan of both of them, and so it was just a no brainer because they're two close friends of mine, and so we now Drew and I share the same management. We have the same manager, and it just kind of was a full circle thing. But that happened before we shared management. We had the conversation. Hey, man, we ought to do this together. I think it describes us. We're road dogs. We get out there and we grind and we play as many shows as we can, get in front of as many people as we can. There ain't a lazy bone in neither of us, and so it just, and we're always on the road, and there's struggles to it. We're away from our families and all that kind of stuff. We're home on like Monday if we're lucky. Other than that, we might go 2 or 3 weeks without seeing our loved ones. So it's a grind, and that's what that song's all about.
So does your fiance come with you on tour? Or?
When she can, yeah. She's a busy bee just like me. And actually, she's at work right now making her dreams come true. But when she can, she does. We get married in October. Exciting. And we're going to do a little honeymoon off to Costa Rica. So
awesome! So you'll have a nice little break together.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be awesome.
That'll be great. Well, I mean, she obviously inspired a lot of your songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite song about her that you've written?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain. I think that most of the time, songwriters kind of like. So she's in all of my songs. Oh. Like for example, a song as silly as Big Truck that's on my album. She's in there everywhere. She inspires every song that I write. My goal is to write a song that's from beginning to end about her, but there's so much about her that I love. It's just gonna take, and I want to do it by myself too. I don't want to do it with other writers. So. But she's just like, there's a song on my album called Somewhere She Ain't. There's a line in there that says little white Jeep, and she drives a little white Jeep. Aww. And she's just scattered all in all of my songs.
Yeah. That's beautiful. I love that. Well, I mean, maybe you can write one for your wedding and have a new wedding song.
Yeah. Hey, maybe.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about Legends Day. Are you excited?
I am.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the Indy 500?
I have not. I'm so looking forward to it. I'll tell you what got me hooked on seeing the races was the adrenaline rush I got at the Grand Prix in Nashville.
Yes.
So I'd never been to anything like that in my whole life. Okay. And we almost didn't go watch the race because I played a show there.
Yeah.
And Shayla's she's trying to get me to live my life all the time. Like, no, let's go watch it. I'm like, oh man, it's hot and I want to go home, sit in the AC. No, we're going to go watch it. So we went up there and those cars just zoom, zoom, so zoom. And it was just like shook me. Like my heart was racing. And I was like, see, that's what gets me hooked. That's what made me want to be a performer. So it gets my adrenaline going. I like it. I'm excited. We're going to watch the race and everything.
Awesome. So you'll be here the whole weekend?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Okay. That'll be, I mean, the Indy fans who go to the race and everything are very rowdy. So just get ready for that.
Hey, actually, let me show you something just real quick since I just opened up to it. So I was going through my photo album when I was young, and this is totally random. It just happened to be laying here when we were talking about it. When I was a kid, once upon a time, I was a diehard.
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
I won that at the fair.
You won it at the fair?
In like 1998 or something by popping a balloon with a dart.
And you won. That's insane. That's hilarious that that's sitting by you. I love it. Do you have a favorite driver you're rooting for, or are you just kind of there for the atmosphere?
Well, so I've got my tour manager's got a buddy that's racing. He's friends with them. And I can't think of the name because, like I said, I'm not as into it as I would like to be. But I'll learn that name and I'll be out there with the shirt and hat and everything.
Good. Okay.
So
we'll root for him. So, are you excited to perform with like Dirks and Ashley McBride?
Oh my gosh, I'm literally the biggest fan. I was already a fan of Dirks, but when I met Dirks, I was like, this dude is just such a down to earth guy. And also the thing about Dirks is like, people get successful and they achieve their goals. And then they're kind of like, oh, well, I've done it. Now I can chill. Dirks is like on fire. He's always wanting to do something else. Like you know, I don't know him that good, but like just from his reputation, he's just always into something, getting into something. He had Hot Country Nights and then the big festival, Seven Peaks. And just when it was getting started, COVID, and then like COVID was done, and he's like, we're going right back at it. We're going to do it again, you know.
Totally.
But anyway, Dirks is awesome. And then I've known Ashley before Ashley was big, like still playing in bars and stuff. I crossed paths with her a lot, and she's been a long time friend as well. So I'm really excited to catch up with both of them.
Yeah, that'll be great. I mean, Legends Day is just a huge deal here, so it's going to be exciting. Just mentally prepare for that. It's going to be a great atmosphere.
My dad drives up there to Indy. He does some work up there. So if you ever run into a guy that's a little older than me but looks just like me, just tell him hello.
Tell him to come to the HANKFM studio. We'll have him on.
All right. Well, we'll do that too. We're working on getting him up there to the race too. So he might have to get some work done while he's up there. But yeah.
Is there a favorite song that you're looking forward to performing?
Let's see here. Every night I look forward to performing something different. But I feel like I've got a song called Paychecks and Long Necks that I just know that crowd's going to absolutely eat up. Yeah. So I'm excited for the reaction on that one.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of your songs I feel like are the perfect vibe for the atmosphere that you're going to walk into. I mean, Hot Beer specifically, I know everyone screaming that.
In the middle of the heat and everything, they're going to be talking about hot beer. They're going to be, I need a cold beer.
So what can we expect from you after Legends Day? Like, what's anything new coming up or any?
Yeah, I've got, after that, I'll have the deluxe version of my album's going to come out. Awesome. I wish off the top of my head I had the date, but I don't. Deluxe version coming out. More tour dates, continuing to travel around the U.S. We're going to keep it in the home base. We're going to stay in the U.S. For now until we're comfortable going overseas. Yeah. And then get married in October, and so I'm gonna take a little break there for a month or so, and then go right back out to touring. And probably around that time, we'll be talking about making new music. So at the end of this year, so.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited. I mean, your songs are great. I know you're gonna absolutely kill it at Legends Day. It's gonna be insane. I'm excited. So.
Well, I can't speak for you, but I'll speak for me, and I think I'm speaking for you too. We have the coolest job. Like we get to go do things like this and be at events like this. And it's like you tell your friends and your family, like, oh, I'm working. They're like, you're at a race. What are you talking about? You're working.
Yes,
no, it's work.
Yeah, it's
work.
You know,
it's like that song, Jordan Davis has that Buy Dirt song, and it goes, find something you love and call it work. I relate to that so much because I do call this work, but it's not really a job.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing that you love about it?
Well, the adrenaline from having the crowd rush and the crowd yelling back at you, singing back at you, and then getting ready to go on stage. It feels like I compared it to the other day, being like in a bull at a rodeo that's in the pen, and I'm like, as soon as they open, I'm like, open the door, let me go.
Yes.
And then they say my name, and I'm like, gone. And it's just, I mean, every day, live and breathe, hours upon hours of work and meetings and preparation just for that 1 hour slot that we get on stage. But it's just, it's an adrenaline, and getting to meet all these people, you know, meeting the fans more importantly, but also getting to meet some people you grew up listening to, like Dirks, for example. Getting to meet people like that's really cool too. And we might get to meet some race car drivers, which is awesome.
Yeah. Is there a favorite performance you've had? Obviously, Legends Day is going to be the next favorite performance, but before that,
yeah. Well, I feel like I can get a pass on saying the Opry is the Grand Ole Opry is my favorite place to play, even above anywhere I played in near my hometown. It's totally the Opry is something special, and but no, I think that's it. I think it's the Opry.
Yeah, very legendary time for you.
Yeah.
We're so excited to have you for Legends Day, and I just want to thank you for being on here and joining us for this.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people in Indy are huge fans of you, so.
Well, that's awesome. Y'all please come and see us. Make sure you catch our set. Don't just show up for Ashley and Dirks now. You got to come see me.
Yes. Thanks for watching The Spotlight today with Dillon Carmichael. It was so much fun getting to know him. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Be sure to buy your tickets for Legends Day right now at hankfm.com. we'll see you there.